Hi, and welcome back again to the Save It for Parts channel, and once again to Sandland. We're down here in the underground sandstone tunnels working on our Speakeasy, known as the Sandbar. I think this is part 6 or 7 of my however many part video series it's going to take to build this thing. We've dug out the tunnel, we've got a bar in there, we built a closet last time, and today we're just doing some more expansion, doing some more detail work, and making the bar bigger and better. So last time we were down here in the sandbar, we were digging out that storage closet behind the bar area. And we put some shelves in it, we moved some of the dumpster beer that keeps showing up in here, stored everything back in there, but it's still kind of unsightly. So in this video, I'm going to at least start building a doorway back there. I'm going to put in like a brick arch around the entrance. I don't know if we're going to get finished with the brick. For one thing, I don't know if I have enough bricks. And for another thing, I get ADHD, I move on to other projects, so we might get part the way through that. Anyway, let's bring some bricks down and start working on that arch. Now, I'm not a mason, so I definitely don't know what I'm doing here. And apparently nobody does bricks anymore because multiple people at the hardware store couldn't tell me what kind of mortar you use for bricks. They ended up selling me this mortar that's for bathroom tiles, which might work. Fortunately, this thing isn't really load-bearing. It's just decorative. It's going to hold up a door, but it's not really going to have that much hanging on it. So if it falls over, well, we can just rebuild it. So one thing we are doing to try and support this wall, for one, we're going to be carving into the sandstone wall a little bit, insetting the bricks. That way we're not narrowing up our very narrow closet entrance too much more. And then we're going to be drilling some very long wood screws into the sandstone. We've found that those remain pretty stable if they're screwed in slowly and if they're long enough. So put some long screws in, leave a little bit sticking out, put the mortar around that bit of screw that's sticking out, and hopefully that'll help tie everything into the sandstone, help these bricks not just fall over sideways. So here we've got another tool that I could try to use at Sandland for digging. Now this looks like you could put any size of grinder wheel you want on it. There's no guard or anything. It's actually a name brand, Ryobi, and it doesn't work. So we're going to have to do some repairs to it if we're going to actually use it for digging. I don't actually remember where I got this from. So let's tear this thing apart and see if we can make it go. First off, we should check these brushes. I don't know, a little worn, but looks fine to me. First step to any good repair is take all the screws out and see what falls out. Sometimes that's also the last step. Got a broken off screw in there already. See if we can get a close look at that. Probably not fantastic, but with how much sand this thing's going to ingest out at Sandland, well, it's got a short life anyway. Alright, so we've run into a slight problem with our brick and mortar system here. It's been about a month since I was last down here. I haven't had time to get out and finish my job here. And in a month, my mortar has not set up at all. It is still super sticky, and it's basically fresh out of the jar. Now, as I've mentioned before, it is about 100% humidity down here, so this mortar is basically trying to cure underwater. And looking at the package, it does say that high humidity may extend set times. Boy, I'll say. So when I came out here today, I was hoping to extend my little wall back there a little bit higher, at least use up more of this pile of bricks that I have down here. But if my mortar's not cured, I can't really start stacking more bricks on top, or the weight will just push out all the mortar that's already in there. Now, while that sort of puts a damper on my original plan to work on the brick wall today, I do have something else I can work on. Earlier in the video, we showed my dumpster-dived angle grinder, and I did go to the hardware store and look for some blades for this, and then coincidentally, when I got out here today, JT gave me this huge pile of blades from his grandpa's stash. So we're going to see if these will fit on this and how well they dig through the sandstone. All right, well that definitely fits on there. I'm pretty sure this is against all sorts of OSHA regulations and is completely unsafe, so this is a don't try it at home, kids. All right, well this thing was completely badass. for about 5 minutes, especially combined with the demo hammer. Carving out grooves with this guy and then smashing them out with the hammer, that works great, way faster than just using the jackhammer by itself. However, we've already killed the brushes in this, so it's not working again. I'm sure the manufacturer doesn't recommend replacing brushes inside a sand mine, but this thing's out of a dumpster, so I don't care if I get some sand inside the motor. And here's an update on our brick project. After about 2 months, that mortar has actually started to firm up. Maybe by the next time I come out, this will be set up enough that I can continue building up using the correct mortar. We also have an unintentional update to some biology experiments. Someone seems to have left a couple potato chips in here, and they're getting very colorful and fuzzy. Some very interesting science things happening here. Alrighty, we are back at the sandbar, and it has been another week, and our cheap pre-mix mortar stuff is mostly set up now. It's set up enough that I feel like we could just start stacking some more bricks on top of this, and this time we're actually going to use Portland cement mixed with water and mixed with sand. We're going to do about 3 parts sand to 1 part Portland cement, mix it till it's the consistency of mortar-y paste, and then use that to stack more of our bricks up. Highly calibrated measuring unit here, half a beer can. Now today we're only going a couple bricks high for a number of reasons. First off, the generator's not hooked up today, so I've got to chisel away all this sandstone by hand, so it's not going to be very efficient to make the space for the new bricks. Number 2, I don't 100% trust my old mortar to be fully set up, so I don't want to just stack a whole bunch of weight on top of it right yet. And for number 3, I want to see how this new mortar works. I don't want to just keep piling up bricks and then find out that my Portland cement sand mixture did nothing the way that this premix was going to do. So we're just going to do a few bricks, come back in another week or so, see how solid everything is, and then go from there. After just a couple days out here, this stuff has set up rock solid. So Portland cement and sand, perfect. All right, insert possible fade in or jump cut here. All right, we're back at the sandbar. It's been a couple months because we've been to Europe, we've been doing other stuff this summer, haven't been down here for a while, but we've got a lot of work to do. I'm still expanding my little closet in the back of the bar. And I'm wanting to, instead of the plexiglass shelves I had before, I'm wanting to put in some of these modular plastic shelves. You can see I've pulled out everything from back in that closet, so the bar room is just plugged full of junk again. So we're going to expand that slightly that way, try to stick the shelves in there, try to reorganize everything, and then we're going to continue with my little brick wall here. While I'm down here, I wanted to give a quick follow-up to a sponsored video that I did at least a month ago when I brought down the high boost cell phone booster. It's actually working better today than it was when I did the review. And I'm not just saying that because they sent me a free one. I'm here in the bar. I'm another 100 feet underground from where I was when I tested it. I'm listening to Pandora. I'm able to stream music. I'm able to check chats. I'm able to watch videos. I even made a phone call from the bar earlier today.
Put the metal on so it wouldn't get all overgrown.
Oh, okay. So even though they're no longer sponsoring me, I have nothing but good things to say about that high boost cell phone repeater. Okay, so back to our sandbar progress. We've moved a bunch of stuff back into the closet. We've cleaned up the sandbar, at least a little bit, and we've got a little bit more wall done. Now, I've run myself out of mortar, and I've only gotten about, I don't know, a third of the way up on one side and less than that on the other side, but I don't know, this might be a good stopping point for today. I don't know how much more I'm going to be able to get done on this brick wall. I'm kind of running out of bricks here, and like I said, I'm running out of mortar, so we may or may not actually finish this in this video. I'm kind of getting a little bored with this project because it's kind of tedious and slow, and I have to carve out space basically for each and every brick, so I might just get ADHD and move on to some other project, such as my floor manhole. Look for that in an upcoming video. We might just keep expanding the bar out that way, and we might come back to this little wall door thing later on. There's definitely plenty more digging we could do in this direction to expand the bar and just make it bigger and bigger. In Sandland surface news, Dave has been working on this drainage ditch alongside the road. And he's doing a really beautiful job of it, even in the areas with solid limestone slabs, which are being thrown off to the side here. Maybe we can use those to build something later. It's a little hard to tell, but the road primarily slopes towards the bluff, so all the water wants to run down this channel. And without a drainage ditch, it ends up eroding the surface of the road. So the idea for the ditch, I think, is to channel the water down in this area to places where it can safely go across in a culvert or diversion. I'm not a road engineer, but hopefully this will work. The stone patio has emerged from under the sand. When we had the new bridge ford situation put in here, we kind of thought this would be destroyed by the excavator, but it actually just got buried a little bit, and it seems to be fine once we rinse off the dirt and sand. So down here is where the third adit is going to be, and that has not started yet. We basically just have the spot where the adit is going to be at the top of this little trestle or loading platform. And then I donated a few of my garbagey tarps that I got from a surplus auction to Sandland, and those are functioning as sand retention. So if there's any washout here or water issues, like you can see, it won't wash sediment down the valley. So you can see the second entrance up there, our haulage tunnel that goes down at an angle. This entrance is going to go in more flat, and it's going to intersect the donut room and some of the new excavations kind of on the same level, so it's easier to haul stuff out here and dump the sand. Alright, I've spent way too long on this video, both in runtime and in amount of time it actually took to film this. Like, I think I first started shooting for this one back in May. It's now August. It's time to move on to something else. So we're going to wrap this one up. Stay tuned for our future sandbar adventures when we do other silly things. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.